Hello and welcome. I am excited to share this with you all tonight. Thank you for coming. Welcome to our house here in Belgrade. And for everybody that will be zooming in or watching the recording, welcome to you as well. So if you don't know, you were invited to a Discover Arbonne. So we are going to cover very quickly in about 20 minutes roughly, what is Arbonne, what do we do, what do we stand for, and what's in it for you. So I'm going to run through some information, if maybe you've never even seen it or heard of it before, that will hopefully help you make an informed decision on whether or not it's a fit for you. So I'm going to just introduce myself, and my name is Grace Wright, Executive Area Manager, and I live in Bozeman, Montana. And I have been actively working my business for almost 4 years, not quite 4 years. But I have had an ID number in used products. I just had my 11th year anniversary. And it took me a while to kind of see what it was and grow myself, I guess, in a way to want to work the business. And the last few years, I guess, that I went to our conference in Vegas, it just made more and more sense. And the more I learn about this, the more I see how it can help people and change their life, it just makes me that much more passionate. So I'm going to jump right in. So I got into Arbonne 11 years ago, and it started through the skincare products. And by that I mean I used to have horrible acne. Anything I used would work awesome for a little bit, and then I would break out really, really badly. And it just was a cycle, but nothing had a guarantee on it, so I couldn't really return the product, so I was just out a lot of money. And one of the ladies that I was babysitting for as my second job, my first job I worked at Ace Hardware, and she started selling Arbonne, but I didn't know this. I just knew that she was using products and kind of introduced me to it and said, hey, try these. I know you're having issues with mascara and stuff. So I tried them, and when I came back, I looked at her and I was like, okay, this mascara is awesome. I slept in it for 3 days. It's fantastic, like works well. So yes, I want that. And she kind of whispered and she's like, well, can I talk to you about our acne product line? And I was like, why are you whispering? It's all over my face, it's all over my back. Absolutely. And from what she shared with me about the products and what they stood for, it just made sense as to why these products worked. But what sold me was the 45-day money-back guarantee, that I could use what I wanted, and if I didn't like it or whatever, I would return it. So I'm going to get into that information in just a second, but after she shared with me this information and it all made sense, I kind of just looked at it and was like, okay, this totally makes sense. I want new shampoo, I want new body wash, I'm going to trade my makeup, all this stuff. And then at the very end, she was helping me with my order, and it was cheaper for me to buy it as a consultant. And she asked if I would look into working this as a business, at which point, mind you, I was 20. I was extremely rude. And I looked at her and I was like, I drive tractors. I refuse to sell lipstick. And she smiled and she goes, well, our company car is a white Mercedes, and as a regional vice president, Arbonne will pay you $800 a month. You get to choose the car. You can choose whichever one you want. It just has to be white and it has to be a Mercedes. Again, I was really rude and I was like, I hate cars. I want a pickup. And she grins and she's like, we have trips you can earn. I was like, to where? Who do you know that's earned them? Are they real? And I kept saying no. One thing that she asked me, though, I could not shake, and that was, where will you be in 5 years if you keep doing what you're doing now? And I did not like that answer. Quite honestly, I got this bottomless pit in my stomach, but at the same time, it wasn't scary enough to change what I was doing. Like, I liked the idea, but my fears and hesitations were I hated speaking in front of people. I refused to stand up in front of a room and tell my story. I was scared to death of rejection. I was afraid of messing up. I wanted to be perfect and have everything. I wanted to know what I was talking about when I went in. And I didn't tell her any of these things, though. I just kept saying no, I was rude, and ordered my products and left. But I got in the car, and I literally, because I'd been praying for a new job, I literally was like, God, I asked for a new job. I did not ask to sell face wash. Little did I know that the products would work as well as they did, and within 2 weeks, I had already decided, based on people asking me what I was using, where could they get it, that kind of thing, people referring people, I was going to go try other products. I was like, okay, this is awesome. I can see, within 2 weeks, my acne was almost gone. Within a month and a half, it was totally gone. Same thing, I was still definitely afraid of sharing in front of people. I didn't want to talk in front of people. And most people that know me do not think I'm shy, but I was afraid to put myself out there. So wrap all that up and fast forward. This kind of had power over me, I guess, for about over 7 years. Fast forward 7 years. And let's throw in there also, I also wanted to be a hairstylist. Since I was little, I wanted to be a hairstylist. And looking into school, it was too expensive. I didn't know how I was gonna pay for it. There was 10 kids in my family, so I couldn't get help tax-wise because my dad's a farmer, he makes too much money. Like the circle just kept going on and on. So I turned 25 and I'm sitting here going, okay, well, maybe I was 26. I can now use my own tax information and go through school without counting my parents. So I did that, got scholarships, and started to go through school. Right after, I looked at my then boyfriend, scared to death, and said, I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing. I want to quit. I want to work Arbonne. And he just looked at me, and I was positive he was going to tell me exactly what I thought he was going to say. Be like, you're stupid, stay at your job, you're making minimum $1,600 a month, you have full health insurance, you're good. Instead, he looked at me and was like, I don't know what took you so long. And I was like, crap. Now what do I do? So this all happened about the same time. I started looking into school as my back door. But I guess in my heart, I knew that once I was making as much money as she said you could make, which I'm gonna get into that in a second, I would not ever go back to school because that's not an environment that I love. So I started school. Within 3 months of school, I was just sitting there going, what am I doing? A trip to the Bahamas had come out, and when that trip came out, I promised myself I was going on it, hell or high water. And that trip came out, I started school, we had 6 months to earn it, and I hated school. I looked at transferring 3 to 4 different times within my first couple weeks, and it was horrible. I was right back in the very middle of everything that everybody can control and hate about you. It's all back in your face. They don't want to help you grow. They want to push you down because they want to be better than you. And in that 7 years, I had gotten used to the environment of Arbonne where people actually want to help you grow, which at first I didn't trust. I'm not gonna lie, like people would try to help me and I'd push them off because it was like, what's hidden? Like, where's the backstabbing coming kind of thing? But it never did. So I get into school, and one day I came home and I was scared to death. I just started crying. I got in bed and was ready to go to sleep at 6 p.m. And I looked at my ceiling and I had on my dream board pictures of this trip. And I looked at that trip and was just like, Grace, if you don't earn that trip, they are going to win. So I look over at my boyfriend who's sound asleep because he worked graveyard. And I got out of bed and I was like, I have to do this. So I got up and I started working and I earned the trip in about three months and a week. And I earned it so that mine was paid for and I could buy him in. So when we actually took the trip and I was halfway through school. And one of the lady's stories, as she was talking about what made her work Arbonne and stuff, it just kind of caught me off guard, because she asked the question, if you have this much in your hands and you know you can give it away and help somebody, why would you be selfish to hold hope out on them? And I just got goosebumps and I was like, okay. And then when she told her story, she was at our conference, she walked stage for every category of recognition that Arbonne gives. And the last thing that they gave was the category for Parade of Champions, which means that you've helped the most people promote. And she was shaking as she stood there. And the president, Rita Davenport at the time, asked her to tell her story. And so she started telling, she was crying so hard she could hardly talk. And she started telling her story. And she got into it and she was like, she opens her gift and she said that a year ago, she was working 20 hours a day between 3 different jobs. I think she's got 3 or 4 kids. She never saw her family. They were losing their house. The phone never stopped ringing because it was bill collectors. On and on and on and on. She gets invited to an Arbonne presentation and she turned it down because she hates home presentations. She doesn't want to be the salesperson. She didn't want to feel like she had to buy anything. Well, the day of the presentation, it was a blizzard, so she went. And she got there, and she was the only person there because nobody else could come, so they all canceled. And what she learned, she said it was the light at the end of the tunnel, and within a year, so she signed up as a consultant. Within a year, she just started working because it was the only thing she could work from the Zebra tractor. And within a year, she had earned the company car. She was a regional vice president. She was making a great enough income. They owned their home. She earned the trip for her whole family paid for, and she's earning incredible jewelry. And the last thing they gave her was a 6-carat diamond bracelet. And that's when she started crying. And she was like, do you know that a year ago, I didn't know how I was gonna feed my family next week. And you want me to wear this? What? And I got up and left after her training. And I remember looking at Bob and I said, because I told him I was done, I was not going back to school. And he asked me if I had a fever. He asked me what was wrong with me. He was like, nice try, you paid for it. You picked it, you're doing it. And I was like, but nobody cares who cuts your hair when you're dead. I'm not gonna change anybody's life doing it. And I will always be exhausted standing behind a chair where people have to come to me to get a service instead of being able to bill. I was like, I want to change people's lives. And he smiled. And he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, you can change people's lives in 7 months when you graduate. And I remember passwords going through my head at him. And I was just like, awesome. So fast forward 7 months, those were the worst and hardest 7 months of my life. At the time, it felt like that. I graduated and I started working because I didn't want to work in a salon. And I even had teachers tell me that I was making the worst choice of my life. And I just remember looking at him with utter and solid confidence in the face, directly in his eyes, and I said, I will be 9 months pregnant, sitting on a beach, making $22,000 a month, while these girls are begging for time off. Talk to me in 5 years. And it's kind of funny because every year he checks in on me. So this is our year, just saying. So since then, I've earned 3 trips. I will be the next person in Montana to get my Mercedes. And my goal is to help as many people as possible, see what Arbonne can do for them, and help them trickle it down to other people. So I'm going to run through really quickly kind of what they are, what they stand for, and then you can see if it's a fit for you. So with this, you get to be your own boss. You get to work wherever you want, whenever you want, because you literally need a laptop or a phone. With all the new things Arbonne has coming out, you literally need a smartphone and people to talk to, and you can work a business. And you're helping people improve their lives. So Arbonne, from a company standpoint, this is their 36th year in the US, so we just had our 36th anniversary. They have cutting edge research and development on products. We have proprietary formulas that have patents. And they started producing the products in Switzerland and then would sell them in the US. Because Swiss heritage has such stricter ingredients policies that the US will not even ever come close to. Because of that, we have a ground floor opportunity and are currently selling Arbonne products anywhere in the United States, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom, Poland. We just opened, or will be opening to New Zealand. It was just announced a couple days ago in June 1st, I want to say, and we'll be opening to Taiwan later this fall. And Arbonne has a string of companies that we will be opening to constantly after this, which is super cool. So I can work from here in Bozeman, Montana. I have people Skyping in from Wyoming, Texas, California, Alaska, all over. I can build a business in all of those places and never leave here because of things like technology, our phones, texting, Boxer, where you can talk internationally for free. You can translate. I can have Spanish downline or Spanish clients, and I can translate through Google Translate. And I literally have clients, I have to use pictures, I don't know what they're saying. So we use a translator. And that's really, like, Arbonne's helping us with that. Arbonne, from the product standpoint, we have all of our formulas are vegan certified. We are never tested on animals. We're formulated without anything petroleum or mineral oil. We are formulated without dyes or chemical fragrances. Everything is dermatologist tested, allergy tested, and clinical tested so that we get results. And we will have clinical results coming out on our entire nutrition line, which is extremely awesome here within the next few months, or no, the next few weeks. We are pH correct, and we can't use any form of an animal product or byproduct, or human product or byproduct. What that does is it lets you absorb the products or the ingredients from the products a lot faster instead of something sitting on your skin and just hanging out there. And then drying you out, giving you all types of skin problems, and then you end up with hydrocortisone creams, you end up with shots, you end up with petroleum-based ingredients, things like that to try to help fix it, but it'll only ever seal it in. So sometimes it's not about what we put in our products, it's about what we keep out of our products. Again, we have a 45-day money-back guarantee. Product line-wise, we have literally anything somebody in your entire family would use, from skincare, from men to women and babies, an entire nutrition and weight loss management program, bath and body products, an entire detox spa line, a complete line of cosmetics, a full line of fragrance, hair care, sun care, and all of these products are something that people will use every single day. I'm going to use mascara regardless, and I'm going to use lip gloss or lipstick. Every night before I go to bed, I'm going to wash it off with a face wash. I'm going to wear deodorant every day. I'm going to brush my teeth. All of that product literally gets washed down the drain, and tomorrow I will start over. Here, there's an opportunity attached to it, so you also get paid to use that product and tell people about it. So how does network marketing work? And most people don't even know what network marketing is. They think of it as a pyramid, or there's other names for it, I can't think of them right now, but the biggest one is a pyramid. But what is network marketing? And it is literally just a smarter way to work your business. So over here you have the manufacturer. The manufacturer is going to make the product, produce it for you as the client. It's going to wholesale the product through, if you buy it in Target, they have to have a wholesaler. Then they need a warehouser to hold it. They have to have an advertiser. They pay people to tell you about it, but through commercials and whatnot. Then they sell it in a retail store, where you're going to go buy it for literally between 5 and 7 times higher than what it actually costs to make wholesale. In network marketing, the same company can make the product, sell it through a consultant, which gets it at wholesale cost. We mark it up to the retail price and sell it to the consumer. Or, because of it being our business, we can sell it at a discount to that consumer, and they also get a free gift. It ships directly to their door. They don't even have to leave. And they can tell somebody about it through any form of social media, texting, websites, all that information. And they can also, we will have an auto ship program where they can choose to put, for a flat shipping rate, they can choose to put products that they're going to use consistently every month on auto ship. And that will also be coming soon. So out of all the companies you could pick, why would you choose Arbonne? And here is an extremely astounding fact. Within the next 3 years, any person that you know will be involved in network marketing for a company in one way or another. Whether they're using their products, selling the products and promoting them, or just sharing and telling people about them. So why, out of all the companies you can choose, why would you pick Arbonne? First of all, it's a consumable product. We have a marketplace demand, meaning that people are looking for what we have. They want cleaner products. They want something that they can use that they know is safe for themselves down to their babies. You can also use it while you're nursing or breastfeeding or pregnant. They want something that they can read the label of. They know what's in it. They can actually say the ingredient, and they can look up where it comes from. Most companies will not give you any of that information. It goes along with timing and trends. So right now, nutrition is the highest form of income for top selling products in the world across every country. So right now it's like over $12.5 billion in just sales in nutrition products. On top of that, skincare is another like 5.8. So instead of having to use products from 2 different companies, you can use them from the same company that umbrellas for you that same pure, safe, and beneficial product policy, and you know across the board that same philosophy is throughout everything. The next thing is you have the ability to leverage your time. So what does that look like? So I'm going to have you grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to have you draw a circle in the middle of the paper and write your name on it, and then draw some rays of sunshine off of it, draw 10, and at the end of each of them, draw 3 or 4 to 5 little legs off of the end of each of those sun rays. You are the person in the middle. In your current job, you're going to work anyway, whether you work between 15 to 40 to 70 hours a week. If you work over, by law, you're required to be paid overtime. But what happens when you get sick? What happens when you've used all of your paid time off and you can't go to work physically? Or your job requires something of you that you aren't able to do. You will end up with no paycheck. And in this case, or let's add a couple things on there a second. If you train somebody at your current position in your job, do you get a raise? Some people get a gift card, $5 gift card. Or if they have a month where they're amazing and they're safe and they didn't have any accidents, they get a $5 gift card to Walmart or something. In this case, you are the person in the middle, and every person you train, you get a portion of their commission. So there is no minimum and there is no maximum. Your paycheck can be as large or as small as you want it to be. If you want it bigger, you tell more people about it. So now what happens if, say, I'm going to use people on my team. I train someone, and we're going to call her Susan. I train Susan, and I train her, she's off and running, and I turn around and I start training Amy. I train Amy, she's off and running, and I turn around and I start training Cassie. She's off and running. I keep training people. Well, they're trained. They're going to keep telling people about it, and they're going to keep building their businesses. What's going to happen on the picture that you just drew with the other little legs off of it, I'm going to get paid a commission off of a portion of their sales for every person that I helped train and for all the people that they helped train. And so it makes you, as a person, it makes you stay in front. Like you need to keep leading yourself and growing yourself so that you can be able to give back to other people. But think of how I might be able to affect 20, 25 people. Okay, but if I affect each of those 20, 25 people, and each of them affect 25 people, and each of them affect 25 people, before you know it, we've affected over millions of people, but it started with one person who started with 25 people, right? And 25 is a big number. But so now you take that and say, okay, so you're in your current job, you're gonna get paid 40 hours a week. Here, average income is based off of about between 10 to 15, 20 hours a week maximum. So we're gonna do 10 for math. If you work 10 hours a week, in a normal job, your paycheck will reflect that 10 hours. In a company like this, your paycheck will reflect your 10 hours plus the 10 people that you wrote down in your training. So now your paycheck is paying you for the 10 hours that you worked. It's paying or compensating you for 110 hours of work. Each of those 10 people have 10 people. You can see in 10 hours of work, you're being paid on over 1,000 hours. You still only work 10, and it just keeps multiplying. Okay? So when you join Arbonne for a business, it costs $79 plus your product order, and depending on what you're training on or what products, like we will work that to you, but that's it. We do not have backstock. We do not have anything set up on auto ship where it automatically charges you to run your cart every month and you're stuck with products that you hate. But that and your sign up fee of $79. So what does that get you? You literally can start a business for $79 and ship that starter kit to your house and start selling Arbonne and work a business. What does that entail? You get an entire home office staffed, and in that there are over 350 employees that I do not pay their paycheck. I get a research and development team. The products that we just came out with last week, if I went out and started to try to find those people to have them help me start building products with the patents that are on them and the knowledge and schooling from those people would cost me millions of dollars. I just got it for free, $79. And I paid that $79 11 years ago. Every year since then, I've paid $30 to renew. Okay, so you get that. You get global shipping and warehousing departments, meaning in every country we are open to, I don't have to figure out new catalogs. I don't have to figure out a new website. I literally can go into my website, say I'm sending a product to Poland, type in the person's name, address, and information, and it will send it from Arbonne's warehouse in Poland to that client. I do not touch it. Along with that, you get an entire legal team to make sure that we're doing our job and we're staying above what we're supposed to and making sure that the company and the business is safe for us, keeping us within our guidelines. You get an entire marketing department. This is a gorgeous catalog for just the models, for the products, for somebody to put it together, to print it. Again, you would be hundreds of dollars for a single catalog. I can go online and I can pay for them, and they're already printed. You get a global website we talked about, and you get the best leaders in the field. And I will not lie, this last week, we literally heard from our top field leaders, and it was amazing. The conference was from Thursday, it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And they have different little breakout sessions or 15 to 20 to 30-minute trainings. After the first one, I could have gotten up and walked out and had completely paid for my entire weekend. Like from what I heard in the first 30 minutes, I could have come home and it was completely paid for. They give you good information. And Arbonne is a community where if we know something that's gonna help you, we will start sharing it and turn around and help other people, because the more people you help get what they want, then you will get what you want in the end, instead of keeping everything secrets. So you get that, and we train you, we hold your hand, we will walk you through exactly what to do, how to do it, and like in what order, until you get it down. So compensation. Yes, everybody does something for a cause, and everybody does something because our heart pushes us to do it, but we also want a paycheck. We still have to pay bills, and we want to take trips. We have to put food on the table, things like that. So how much do you get paid? So district manager is the first level, and their paycheck there, you get a $200 cash bonus, and the monthly income is between $1,000 to $1,600. If you are maximizing our compensation plan, your paycheck will be between $1,500 to $1,600. Area manager, which is what I teach people to do, is you get there really quickly. You can will your business. You get a $400 cash bonus. Your paycheck is between $1,400 to $4,700. And because it's willable, I can will my business to, say, my younger sister. She's 16 and a half. Arbonne will send her my paycheck after I pass away. The day she turns 18, she can step into my business and build it from where I left it. What other job will let you do that? Regional Vice President. On top of that, you get life insurance, and this is the level that you get your white Mercedes. So you get another $800 cash bonus to pay for your Mercedes payment, a $600 cash bonus as an incentive, and your monthly income is between $5,300 and roughly $11,000 to $17,000 a month. That is a lot of money. Okay, but Arbonne doesn't even stop there. National Vice President, which is where I'm going and taking people with me, you get $1,000 for your Mercedes payment. You get another $800 cash bonus, and the minimum income or average income at this level is $21,000 a month, and it is unlimited. Every person that walks stage or that was training on stage, that was like a guest speaker, makes much, much more than that. Multiples of them make over 6 figures a month. So on top of that, we have trips you can earn. You also get jewelry, incredible jewelry. You get your cash bonuses and your Mercedes-Benz cash bonus program. The nice thing is that our compensation plan and our business plan does not discriminate. You can come in knowing from whatever background you are, and I just posted a picture, you can go look it up on my Facebook page. Some of the people that promoted, it is a doctor standing next to a lawyer, standing next to a stay-at-home mom, standing next to a dentist, standing next to a physical therapist, standing next to a hairstylist, standing next to, it doesn't matter. You need the same tenacity and drive to achieve every level that those ladies and men achieved. It doesn't matter what education you have. So as a person, you get to decide one of 3 things. You can buy products as a retail client. Just go to your consultant's website and order directly from them. It'll ship to your house. You can save money on your products, shop at a 20% minimum discount, and get a free gift. Or you can earn an income, earn commission checks, and work for your Mercedes-Benz cash bonus as a consultant. So the choice is yours. So I'm going to have you, I want you to think about really quickly exactly what we just explained, so I'm going to review really fast. So we just talked about Arbonne as a company, who we are, what we do, and what's in it for you. But the real question is, why me? Why would I get involved? So I'm going to have you all go back to high school. Some of us are way out of high school, other people are not very far out of high school. But how many of you remember it? How many of you don't? How many of you wish you could forget it? So remember the moment that you're out on the field or you're in the gym and the whole class all at one time throws their hats in the air, and it's symbolic that one chapter of your life is closing and another chapter is beginning. The new chapter, you have aspirations, dreams, you're going to change the world, you're going to leave your mark on the world, you're going to have your own life. Okay, then reality sets in. Your early 20s, you finish school, you get a job, you get married, you buy a house, you have kids, you get a dog, and you get mountain debt. Your dreams get pushed aside because you wake up to an alarm clock, you pack lunches, you drop kids off at school, you go to school, or you go to the office and you work all day, you come home, you cook dinner, you give kids a bath, you go to bed, you get up the next day, and you repeat. Every single day, you keep repeating this. And we accept it. Why? Because we decide that it's the card we've been given, or the hand we've been given, and you no longer dream about someday, because someday never gets here. So your hopes start to die, your dreams die, your aspirations die. But what if it wasn't too late? What if you weren't too old? What if you still had a chance? Or what if the people in your life needed you to step up and make a change? Arbonne is a vehicle. It is the vehicle that can reignite your hope, your dreams, and your aspirations, give you time and financial freedom, get you home with your kids, or if you're a stay-at-home mom and you want time away from your kids, it will give you time away from your kids. You can travel the world, buy your dream house, help your parents, and most importantly, give back to your community because you have time. So you get to make the decision. Some of us don't have the energy. We don't want to change and don't see this for yourselves. But some are tired of the rat race, tired of not having a voice, and you feel that you were created for more. So if you're sitting here and you're watching this with goosebumps up and down your arms, you have butterflies in your stomach, and you say to yourself, this is something I want to be a part of, talk to the person that invited you to this Discover Arbonne presentation, whether it's the recording or live, and they can share the next step to what the process is, and we'll help guide you through. Okay, if you're saying this sounds interesting, but I have some questions, that's great. Talk to the person that invited you. We will answer all your questions and help you make an informed decision about being part of this dynamic and growing team. And we can get all that answered, or all the questions answered for you. If you're saying this is great information, but the business isn't for me, we totally respect that. We know this business is not for everybody, but we thank you for at least checking it out and being open-minded enough to hear what we're all about. But we'd like to ask you, all we would like to ask now is, now that you've seen the kind of toxic chemicals that are put in many of our skincare and health and wellness products, I can't even talk. Hopefully you can follow. At least try out some of the amazing products that are pure, safe, and beneficial, and get your family on the road to health inside and out. Talk to the person that invited you, and they can share the next steps with you. So thank you all for coming, and I'm sure that we'll be talking to everybody soon, and yeah, we'll answer questions.